Hello, sixth graders. This is Mr. Weber here, and I am going to give you an introduction into using Xello. You may have used a form of Xello in lessons in fifth grade um, or not. So this is an example of how you'd get into Xello, what you would do while you're in there, and then kind of let you go and do some of the lessons, some of the things um, today and kind of throughout the next few weeks or so. We'll get some of this stuff done. So I'm going to have your teachers, Mr. Meyer and Mr. Urban, pause this at times so that you guys can get caught up and be on the same page all together. And then if you have questions, you can ask Mr. Urban or Mr. Meyer, and they hopefully can answer it. If not, they'll shoot them on to me, and I'm happy to try to help more with those questions. So I'm in my Office 365 here. So hopefully if you know how to get to your Office 365, you can do that. And then how you log in is you guys don't have to remember passwords or anything. It's just a one-click login. So I call this like a waffle, but it's like your app store place. If you click on that, it's going to show you all your apps that you have. Now Xello probably won't show up right away, so you'll have to click all apps. And once you've done that, you'll scroll all the way down and it should be at the bottom. And yours should say Xello Students, Xello Student. And then you're going to click that and it should take you to this dashboard right here. So I'm going to pause or have Mr. Urban and Mr. Meyer pause the video and see if everybody can just get in. Okay, hopefully you are all in Xello now and then seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. It should say your name. It should say kind of a whole bunch of lessons on the left hand side here, about me section, explore, goals and plans. There's tabs up here. You can see your little profile face here. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of Xello. So all you got to do is kind of sit and watch, and then you have the freedom to go. So first thing I want to show you is this little tab over here, which is your account preferences and everything like that. The reason why I want to show you that is if you are a student that maybe would benefit from having everything translated into Spanish, you can change that right here. By clicking on this little face, it opens up and you can turn your whole Xello into Spanish if that is helpful to you. You can also go back to English if that's helpful to you. Students can also reset lessons in their resume builder, which we're not going to really do, but you can reset those if you want to redo some of those things over again. So that's a way to do that. You can also check messages, which sometimes Mr. Urban or Mr. Meyer could send you a message, or myself in here, and you can read those. But this is kind of just your home button here to do some things with your profile. So Xello is in the high school, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, is our resource for connecting students with what they want to do after high school, what they want to do when they grow up, so to speak. So you are a sixth grade, you're in a great spot to be interested in whatever you want to do and learn more about what it takes to get to where you want to go. If you want to be an NBA basketball player or professional athlete, or if you want to be a nurse or a doctor or a teacher, this website is a great resource to give you information about it. It's really a search engine. You put in your information, things about you, and it tells you what might fit your personality, your likes and dislikes. Xello will not tell you that this is what you should be and this is what you should do. It's not going to do that. It's going to give you suggestions, but those suggestions are going to be based off of what you answer. So everything that you put into this is really going to help give you a great idea of what careers and jobs might fit perfectly to you. You always have the choice to pick a different career than what Xello offers or suggests to you. So don't get stuck thinking, oh, it's telling me to be this. That's not what Xello is doing. It's not telling you to do that. It's suggesting things. And if you don't like it, let's find something else. So your job in Xello, at least right now as a sixth grader, is to complete these 3 lessons here, which is about school, subject at work, interests, and time management. Now, in order to do those, you have to do some of these about me sections. This matchmaker, personality styles, mission completes, and learning styles. These are all questionnaires, things that you have to answer. So if I click on matchmaker, in a second, I'm going to have you all do that. It's going to take us to a whole different page. So pause this and everybody click matchmaker. Okay, so hopefully you've all clicked matchmaker and it should have launched this. So once you hit matchmaker, it's going to take you to a whole different page and you're going to hit launch matchmaker and it's going to ask you, what would you like to do after high school? This is your chance to decide. You don't have to make, if you are unsure of what you want to do after high school, that's what they're saying, not sure. More school or more training means going to college, going to a 2-year school, 3-year, a 4-year school, or beyond. Alternative route would be maybe you're interested in the military. Maybe you want to go into the workforce. Maybe you want to, you don't want to go to college. Maybe you want to do something different. So those are your options. It doesn't really matter what you pick. If you have no idea, click not sure. If you right now think you really want to go to college, click going to more in school and training. If the military or going to work sounds good for you, click alternative route. I'm going to put it right here in the middle. And once I do this, I'm going to hit start matchmaker. Now, as you go through matchmaker, you are the person that puts the information in. They're going to ask you questions. You just have to answer it how it feels to you. You can see there's 39 questions. Not too many, not too short either. All the questions are going to say, how do you feel about, and then they're going to give you something. So how do you feel about working with children? And if you don't know what that means, this little question mark tells you what that means. It means children or teenagers from birth to 18. You need patience, understanding, other skills depending on your age group. Work with children, involve teaching. So it gives you a rundown of what that actually means. You might need this for a couple of questions because there's a couple of questions that are confusing or maybe terms that you have never heard before. So that might be good to hit this. So how do you feel about working with children? Now you get to click what things you think is best for you. If you are a person that loves working with kids and being around kids, like very much. If you're not sure, there. If you cannot see yourself working with kids, then put dislike very much. I'm going to set like. So the next one is, how do you feel about working outside in any weather? In the same thing, you're going to decide what that is. Maybe it's a dislike. Okay. How do you feel about learning about using history? Well, what does that mean? Okay, it means studying objects or written material in order to understand the past. You should want to learn about how people live, how things are made, how things are. So this is giving me a good idea. You know what? I'm not so sure about that. Okay, pause this now and everybody go through the matchmaker. Okay, so now that you've completed matchmaker, you are going to see this page. And it's going to say, hey, you could go on to phase 2 over here, personality styles, which you could. You could start that quiz if you'd like. Or you can see your career matches. And so mine show the top 3, right? And I just kind of clicked through as I went. So some of these showed up that are interesting. Anesthetician, hairstylist, and career coach. Now, they all say excellent matches. So it's going to tell me this. But only 3? That doesn't seem right. If I hit see more, it's going to show a whole bunch more careers. And I can actually even click more and it keeps going. Now I have a lot of excellent matches that came up for mine, which is good. But it also means that there's a lot of careers that kind of fit my personality right now or my mindset right now. So taking that personality styles is going to maybe make this a little bit smaller. Now, you have a chance now to check out some of these careers if you'd like. If you see something that is really interesting to you, you can click on it. So I'm looking at here. I'm probably not going to be an esthetician since I'm a counselor or a hairstylist. Career coach seems very interesting. Hospital service worker, but I'm getting down here. Oh, there's a career counselor, a community health worker, a mental health counselor. We're starting to get closer to things that I'm interested in. So as I scroll through here, I may find, you know what? This career right here as a mental health counselor is very interesting to me. I can click on it and it tells me all about it. It also shows careers that are similar to that. And it also shows what career cluster that's in, which is human services. It tells me more about what tasks I have, where the workplace may be, what working conditions are like. Fun thing is it tells me how much I could make in the state of Iowa if I start working there or if I'm experienced. It also gives me a path of how I can get to become this. I need to get my master's degree, which is 2 years beyond a bachelor's degree, which is 4 years of college. So I know I have to go to college to get this. I have to work there, become experienced, and then I can have my own practice. It also says education and training right here. You need a bachelor's degree, and then you need degree afterwards, 2 to 3 years of master's degree program. If I go down, it also says these are related majors. So if I'm going to college, I need to major in something. So if I look here, I need to major in marriage and family therapy, maybe mental health counseling or counseling psychology. So any of these would work. I can click on, let's say this one. It takes me to my major. What does that major mean? What kind of classes may I have to take? And in the state of Iowa, is there any schools that have that specific major? No, but there are some in Alaska, Alabama, and so on. So I can check out, oh, there's some schools there that have this major. Now that's getting pretty deep into this all. If I hit my back button and get all the way back to my results, I can also see that I'm really good with my clusters matches here for health science and human services, but I can also go on to this personality style quiz. Pause the video now and everybody just explore what careers came up for them. Hit the see more button, and then when you're done, if I'm in the see more spot and I click on like hairstylist and I just want to get back to the main page, everybody will just click the Xello. So once you're done kind of exploring for a few minutes, click Xello and get yourself back to this main page.